Okay, we are about 20 minutes in, and our temperature here is right at about 225. So I'm going to start backing the air down a little bit. I'm backing it down to about half. I've got the other two set at about the same amount, so we're going to leave it right there, come back and look at it another 20 or 30 minutes and see where it is. In the meantime, I get to finish cutting the grass. Well folks, we're almost 2 hours in. Timer's still running. Our meat temp is up to 114 degrees, and man, it's just a beautiful day here in western North Carolina. My yard work is done. Our smoker's still smoking right along. My dome thermometer is reading about 240 degrees, and just to show you that that is accurate, I stuck my other probe in there, and it's reading 245, 246. So it's settled in real nicely right here. I don't know if we can see it here or not. We're getting just a little smoke, not a whole lot. Doesn't take much, so you don't really have to see smoke coming out of there. We could add another wood chunk, and we might just a little bit later. But everything's running smooth here. I haven't touched the vents since I talked to you last time, and this guy's parked right there, right where we want it, 240-ish, 245. Hasn't fluctuated at all. So now that my yard work's done, I think I'm going to go in and fix myself a drink, and we'll check back in probably about, I don't know, 3 more hours and see where we stand at that point. Okay, we're about 5 hours into our cook. Let's see, 5 hours 5 minutes. Meat temperature is up to 159, and pit temperature showing 246, showing just a little over, right at the 250 mark or so on the dome. We haven't touched the vents. We've left all the vents right where they are. Everything's still going smoothly, so we're just going to let it ride. This thing's got a good ways to go. It's going to be quite a while before it finishes up. We're, like I said, 159 on the meat. The temperature climbs fairly quickly during the first part of the cook, but it will slow down. We'll hit the stall, and it will keep on cooking. So we're just going to let it sit like it is, and we'll be back probably 3 more hours and have a look at it at the 8-hour mark. Okay, we're about the 6-hour mark. Right at 6 hours, 161 internal. The pit temperatures come down a little bit, come down to 227 at the grate, and it's looking like about 225 at the dome. The sun's gone down, and it's started to cool off here a good bit. So we're gonna open the vent down here just a little bit more. Just the one vent. I'm not going to open any of the other ones. I'm going to leave them where they are. And since we've got such a long time to go on this, I think I'm going to go take a short nap, because we're going to be up late with this one. It's been on for 6 hours, but it's currently 20 minutes till 8, and this has got at least 6 hours to go, I'm guessing. Maybe a little less, so we'll be back then. We'll come back in a couple hours. Okay, we're back. We're about 8 hours and 15 minutes or so into the cook, and you see the temperature's still there at 160. I think last time we looked around the 6-hour mark, we were at about 160 also. We're experiencing what's called the stall. It's going to sit at that temperature for quite a while, and then it'll start moving up again. My digital pit temp's reading at about 236, and the vents, you know, we said we were going to bump the vents a little bit, and we did, and it's hanging right there. And this is reading also about right 235 or so. Those two thermometers are fairly close to each other. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add a little water to the water pan. It's not empty by any means. We've lost about probably half of our volume of water that we put in there. I'm just going to take my watering can and put a little bit more in there. Nice steaming up the lens, really good there. Okay. Hey, like that soft focus effect. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show that we're going to add that water. And that will cause the pit to cool down just a little bit, but it will warm back up very quickly. So we're at 8:15. We'll probably come back and look at it in another 2 or 3 hours. Okay, folks, we're at about the 11-hour mark. And our meat's up to 173. I've ramped the temp up in the pit just a little bit. I'm going to bring the temp up to get this guy moving along because it's late. It's 20 minutes to 1 a.m. now. I was late getting started on this, so I'm going to let the pit ride up a little over 250 just to keep things going. I opened up the vents just a tad. But other than that, the vents have been pretty steady. I haven't done much to it. You can see how stable this cooker is. So we'll have a look again, probably. See, like I said, we're 11 hours in. It's going to be 12 and a half hours probably, maybe 13. We'll see how it goes. Okay, folks, we are about 13 and a half hours in, and our butt is ready. We're going to open the lid up here, and there it is. Oh, we're going to fog the lens up one more time. Let me correct that and be right back. Okay, so here we have it. What we're going to do next is we're going to take the butt off the grill, and we are going to wrap it in foil. And the final step in this process, which I won't show in the video, is called resting. I have a cooler inside that I've got some hot water in to heat the cooler up. We're going to wrap this butt in foil, and we're going to take it back inside and dump the water out of that cooler, and then put this butt in there while it's wrapped in foil and cover it up with a towel and let it sit for at least an hour to rest. And then we will be able to take it out and pull it apart and make pulled pork out of it, which I will vacuum seal in bags and put in the freezer. I forgot to show you the temperature here. We ended up at an internal temperature of 198 degrees before this was ready, and we tested for probe tenderness, just like we did with the ribs. The probe should slide in with little or no resistance. So that's how you tell when these guys are ready. So this is started out as an 8.5 pounder, so we'll probably get about 4.5 pounds of finished pulled pork out of that. So that's going to wrap this cook up on the Weber Smokey Mountain, and next time around we'll cook on the ugly drum smoker, the homemade big smoker. So until then,